Have you ever had a great business idea or spotted a problem in your everyday life that you know you could solve? Or you just know deep down you're meant to be a business owner, but you've continuously asked yourself, where do I even start? If so, you're not alone and you are absolutely in the right place. So hit that subscribe button because every single Monday I'll be dropping a new episode of the new series, Where Do I Start?, where I teach you how to start a business from scratch. But first, let me introduce myself. So I'm Amy, the founder of The Female Founder, and we're a community of women in business who want to come together to support and learn from each other. We host monthly supper clubs and workshops, offer mentoring, and have a really cool line of merch. Let's get into part 4. What problem are you solving and who are you solving it for? The best business ideas don't just look really good. They actually solve something. Whether it's a daily inconvenience or a deeper emotional need or a market gap, the best businesses provide a solution. Humans are emotional decision makers. Whether someone prides themselves on being logical or not, they're often influenced by feelings, whether that's excitement, joy, frustration, urgency, or relief. Have you ever seen an ad for a product and thought to yourself, what? I didn't even know that I needed that. And then immediately added that to your basket and checked out. That's an impulse buy. And it's actually not random. It's a result of clever positioning that taps into a specific pain point, even a subconscious one. Let's explore how customers make decisions. Understanding how customers make decisions enables you to market your product or service in a way that connects with them and then converts. Let's walk through a few common types of decision making. First up, we've got emotional decision making, and this is based on how something makes them feel. So for example, you buy a candle because it reminds you of when your mum used to bake gingerbread. Next up, we've got rational decisions, and these are based on logic, price. An example of this is choosing the cheapest insurance policy with the best features. Next up, we've got impulse decisions. This is a very sudden and emotional buying decision. An example of this will be grabbing snacks at a petrol station or buying something that you've just seen on a TikTok ad. We've also got something called pain-avoidant decisions, and this is about solving an urgent or uncomfortable problem. An example of this is booking a cleaner when you're feeling really overwhelmed by the amount of mess that's in the house. And then finally, we've got aspirational decisions. And this is about buying into the future version of themselves that they want to become. An example of this is signing up to a business course so they become more financially independent. Every idea solves something, even if it's not necessarily obvious. Maybe your idea was born out of personal struggle, or maybe you've heard your friends or family complain about something over and over again. Or maybe you've kind of looked at a service or product and thought, I can improve that. Even if you think that your product isn't solving a problem, it usually is. Let's take beauty, for example. The world doesn't need another makeup brand. But what if no one's doing a sustainable zero waste packaging? What if brands aren't prioritizing sensitive skin? Or what if you're merging makeup and skincare in a really unique way? Not every single business is born from a personal problem. Sometimes it's actually just born out of observation. Looking outward at what's happening in the world can reveal unmet needs or underserved audiences, or outdated systems that are really ready for innovation. This is where trends and insights come in. Whether it's new emerging technology, cultural shifts, or new behaviours, the world is constantly changing, and it's changing fast. And it's your job as a founder to notice when these changes are causing friction and where there's gaps or opportunities for something much better. Here's some trend categories that might help spark ideas and will help you notice where the opportunities lie. Number 1 is emerging technology. We've got AI, automation, wearable technology, and virtual reality. Look at how these tools are actually shaping a lot of behaviour and the expectations and customer needs. An example of an opportunity in this sector would be people really want to utilise AI but don't necessarily know how to. And then there's a gap for AI education or a really user-friendly tool. Number 2 is societal and cultural shifts. We've got things like mental health awareness, sustainability, body positivity, flexible work, neurodiversity, gender identity. The potential opportunity here is around increased focus on neurodiversity, which means that there's an opportunity in neuro-inclusive design in hiring or education. Number 3, we've got lifestyle changes. We've still got post-pandemic routines, workplace cultures, remote working, minimalism, and protecting yourself from burnout. An example of an opportunity here is people feel really disconnected when they work from home. So there's a gap for more communities to bring people together. Number 4 is market gaps and underserved communities. Look for who's being ignored and whose needs are unmet. An example of this is many products are still designed for the able-bodied male norms. So there's an opportunity here to create really inclusive designs. And then finally, number 5 is customer frustrations. Go and read reviews, forums, TikTok comments, other social media comments. People absolutely love to vent. Frustration equals friction equals opportunity. So here's 2 exercises. The first one is if you're really stuck for a business idea and need help and guidance to look for the opportunities. And number 2 is if you already have a business idea, but you're just not entirely sure whose problem you're solving. So exercise 1 is to use this table to help scan trends and look for the opportunities within them. And then exercise 2 is to use this guided framework to help you discover what problem your business is actually solving. So step 1 is to start with your idea. Write it out in 1 to 2 sentences. Start with, my idea is so on. Step 2 is identifying the problem. What discomfort, challenge, or frustration does this idea help with? What is your customer missing right now that you're going to be providing? If they didn't have your product or service, what would your customer continue to be struggling with? And then wrap that up into a sentence. The problem I'm solving is... The next question I have is probably one of the most important questions to be asking yourself at this stage of starting a business. And that is, whose problem are you actually solving? One of the biggest mistakes that founders tend to make is trying to appeal to absolutely everyone. There's a saying, and it's true, if you're targeting everyone, you're actually targeting no one. Businesses grow faster because they can market more effectively when they know exactly who they're talking to. This section will help you move from having a fairly vague general idea of who you're targeting to a really crystal clear understanding of your audience and customer personas. Before we continue, you might be screaming at me through your screens saying, what the hell is a target market? Let me explain. A target market is a specific group of people that your product or service is designed for. These are the people who are most likely going to buy from you. They're the customers who not only need what you're offering, they're also going to be willing to pay for it. Rather than trying to reach everyone, which very rarely works, defining your target market helps you focus your energy, your messaging, and marketing to people who genuinely care about the problem that you're trying to solve. The more you clearly understand your target market, what they value, what they're struggling with, and how they make decisions, the easier it becomes to market your business in a way that connects with them and then eventually converts. Use this simple formula to help define your target market. Let's break this down. So, the specific group of people. Who are they? Be really specific. How old are they? What job do they have? What's their lifestyle? What's their religion? Their background, or their income. An example of this would be women in their 30s starting a business. Their shared characteristic or situation. What's the challenge, goal, or life stage that they're in? For example, are they juggling work and family? Or are they feeling really overwhelmed by tech? And then we've got the product or service. What are you actually offering? For example, a simplified marketing course or eco-friendly beauty products. And then finally, what's the benefit or outcome that they care about? Do they want to feel more confident or reduce their time or increase their income? Now that we've defined your target market, let's go even deeper and hone in on one specific customer by creating a customer persona. A customer persona is a fictional, detailed profile on your dream customer. It brings your target market to life. So then you can tailor everything from your messaging, your products, your prices specifically to them. So use this template to build out your dream customer. Even find a picture of them online so then you know exactly who to picture when you're talking directly to them. Remember, all of this information needs to be evidenced. You can't just fill out these templates based on your ideas and your perception. You actually need to go out and do some real-time research on your target market. If you're struggling to gather this information, focus groups are the perfect way to conduct this research, and they'll save you from making some huge mistakes further down the line. Focus groups bring your ideal customers together in one space, whether it's in person or online, so then you can ask them really specific questions, gather insights, and get real-time feedback on your product or service. Instead of guessing what your customers actually want, or relying on vague social media engagement, focus groups gives you honest reactions and feedback straight from the people that you're actually trying to serve. And this saves you a lot of time and money and helps you avoid making some really huge mistakes. So let's look at how to run a focus group. Gather 5 to 8 people who fit your ideal customer profile. Offer them an incentive so then they're motivated to commit. Can be as simple as a voucher or a coffee or even free access to your service or product. And then you need to host a very casual but really focused chat that can be online or in person. Start by introducing your business, your product or service, and then ask really specific but open-ended questions. And don't forget to record or take notes. If you want some examples of questions for your focus group, I've put them down below in the description. So by now you should have a really clear understanding of what problem your business is solving and what target market you're solving that for. You also understand the importance of having a customer persona and how to run a focus group. Remember, your audience and market needs can actually change. So all of this research should not stand still. You have to be willing to adapt your plan based on your customer and market needs. So if you need to revisit all of this in the future or when you're launching a new product or service, then absolutely do. If you got value from today's video, then please hit that subscribe button because a new episode drops every single Monday. Also, if you know someone that's been sitting on an amazing business idea, but they just need that extra little push, then please share this video with them. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I will see you right back here next Monday. Until next time, founders, bye!